We will start this part with writing algebraic expressions for division. If a class has 24 students and we want to split it into two groups, we would take 24 divided by 2, or algebraically we would write that 24 over 2, which is also 24 divided by 2, which would be 12 in each group. If we want to split them into three groups, we would take 24 divided by 3, which is the same as 24 over 3, which gives us 8 in each group. If a class has n students and we split them into two groups, then there would be n divided by 2 students in each group. If they wanted to split the n students into three groups, there would be n divided by 3 students in each group. Pause the video and try to write division expressions for these three statements. In the first one, we're going to divide b by 3. So that means I'm going to make 3 groups out of b. So b has to go over 3. Now division is not commutative, just like subtraction isn't, so I cannot do 3 divided by b because that would be dividing 3 by b. So this will not work for division. It has to be the right way in division, and there's only one way. Half of k means, like if I had 10 cookies and you had half, you'd take 10 divided by 2. So you could say half, and remember of means times. I could do half times k, but I asked you to write a division expression. Well, half of k is the same as taking k divided by 2. And in the last one, 7 into y means I'm taking y divided by 7. 7 into y. Again, all three of these can only be written in this one way. Pause the video and try to write an algebraic expression for each of these three examples. In the first one, we're supposed to multiply b by 6 first, then subtract 11. Well, we can write b times 6 a few different ways. I could write b times 6, or the algebraic way we learned was 6b. Then subtract 11, so this one would be minus 11, or I could do it from this one. While both of these are correct, this one is more algebraically correct because we left out the times sign. That looks like another variable x. So try to get used to doing it a correct algebra way. On the second one, we want to divide b by 3 first, then add 8. So again, I could write divide b by 3 would look like this, but the correct algebraic way would be to take b divided by 3 this way, and then add 8. And I could add 8 here. So again, this would be the more algebraically correct way to write it, even though both of them would work. Now, parentheses aren't necessary in this one and this one, because if you recall the order of operations, multiply and divide both come before add and subtract. So you could put parentheses in here, but it is not necessary because we follow the order of operations. On the last one, it says add 10 to b, then divide by 7. So in this one, I could write 10 plus b, or since addition is commutative, we could write b plus 10. Last, it says to then divide by 7. That means after I know this answer. So since division comes before addition, I would need to put this in parentheses and then divide by 7. So that would work. But the algebraic way says to make a big bar for division. So this shows b plus 10 first, because you always do what's on top first, and divide by 7 last. So this would work and this would work. Pause the video and try to evaluate these algebraic expressions when y equals 6. So substitute 6 wherever you see a y, and don't forget to follow the order of operations. In the first one, replacing y with 6 gives us 6 plus 7, and there's only one operation, so I just add those to get 13. In the second one, don't forget that 3y, when you don't see an operation, that means 3 times y. So I'm going to take 3 times 6 and then subtract 8. Multiplication comes first, so I'm going to take 3 times 6, which gives me 18, and 18 minus 8 gives me 10. On this one, I replace the y with 6, add 4, that's in parentheses and on top, so I will do that first and divide by 2. So that will equal 10 divided by 2, which equals 5. And last one, I replace the y with 6. I get 11 minus 6. That's in parentheses and on top. So again, I'll do that first. So 11 minus 6 on top is 5. Divided by the 5 on the bottom gives me 1. Pause the video to see if you can come up with at least 2 other ways to write this expression. To begin, I could write x plus 4 and then all of that divided by 6. That would be the same thing. I could say dividing by 6 is the same as multiplying by 1/6. So I could say x plus 4, all of that times 1/6, even though I don't like that x in there. That times looks like an x. We could say 4 plus x, all divided by 6. Or since multiplication is commutative, I could also say 1/6 times x plus 4. Again, putting the x plus 4 in parentheses, and when I have nothing here, this means a 6 times that.